All right, what's up, everybody? Today on Tool Talk, we got the boys from Bosch. They actually came out to the Tools in Action compound here, and they're going to show us some brand new tools that they got. So, what do you guys got? Take it away.
All right, we're going to be talking a brand new innovation, new to the world. It's wireless charging for power tools. But before we get into it, I would just want to say that what I think is great about Bosch is that we bring game-changing innovation to the power tool world. That's the number one thing that we do. So think about rotary hammers, SDS Plus, SDS Max. Think about the jigsaws. So these are things that we invented underneath our own roof, and that's what we've got for you today. Is this new to the world innovation? But before we talk about that, we got to talk about charging today. It's cordless battery charging today. So what I brought with us is a bucket. And it's a bucket of chargers and batteries. And the reason I brought it is that this is what every guy who's in the field shows up to the job site with. Because the first thing they got to do is find a place to set up their charge station, set up their chargers, and then they got to go through their batteries. They got to figure out which one's live, which one's dead, which one's maybe not working anymore. Hopefully they charged up the night before. Hopefully they're ready to go. And that's the number one thing when we go out and talk to people about power tools. The number one thing that is number one problem, let's say, with power tools is that batteries are dead. So
they're not sure if they're charged, right? They're not sure if they got a battery that's fully charged. They're not sure if it's half charged, partially charged. They don't know. They're basically not power ready. And that's one of the biggest concerns we've talked to guys. Do I have my battery ready to go, or am I worried about it being dead? So that's what we want to really show you, is how we're going to help people be power ready anytime, anywhere.
Yep. All right, so here it is, Bosch wireless charging. So let's start with the pieces of the system. The basic system is a charger and a battery. The charger talks to the battery, you put it on, and it starts charging. What we've done is we've taken our existing battery system and we've built on it. So this still has, it's a new battery, but it still has our cool pack technology, our electronic cell monitoring, and we've added this coil to the bottom that is a receiver for an electromagnetic field that sends the charge from the charger through the air into the battery. Now here's what we've got here. We've got a couple of broken out images here, or broken out batteries. So here's the coil, right? And there's our normal cells. This is our slim pack battery, and you can still see that we've got the cool pack in there that takes the heat from the battery and dissipates it to the outside. And then we've got the charger, and the charger has the coil on the inside. If we take this apart here, that's basically the same coil on the inside that we've got mounted in the battery. Now this charger is smart. It knows when the battery is on the charger. We've also got a few accessories with the system. So this is our charger frame. You can actually mount this frame through these four holes here, either to a workbench or to a wall. What that lets you do is it gives you more convenient operation in the shop. So it lets you kind of put the battery there without looking. It helps you line up the battery. So here you go. You take your tool. Imagine this is mounted to a workbench. Guy's working here, puts down his tool, and it's charging.
So he's using any downtime in charging time. So instead of wasting all that time when he's over here working with something, and at the end of the day, maybe his battery might be dead, he doesn't know what's happening, now he literally set the tool down and he's ready to go because he knows he's constantly been charging and topping it off. And the best part, the batteries themselves, there's no issue with the batteries.
That's right.
Lithium-ion technology has no issue with charging at any stage in the cycle. So you can use it for 5 minutes, put it right back on the charger, and be ready to go. So it's taking full advantage of that to making sure you're always power ready anytime you go and put it on the charger.
That's right. So now the second accessory we have is this holster. It's a mobile holster designed for in-vehicle applications, but it can also be used in workbench applications or movable cart applications. If you mount it either through these holes on the side or these holes on the bottom, or if you happen to have the Sortimo system, you can mount it pretty easily just in the normal Sortimo rail. You take the tool, throw it in the holster, and you're ready to go.
So now picture yourself, you're driving, you're on your way. The first thing you do in the morning is go get in the truck, get in the van. You got to go to your job site or your service technician. You're going from location to location throughout the day. Each time you're trying to remember, okay, did I charge my batteries? Did I pull them in at night? Did I take them and find a place where I'm working to make sure I get it charged? Now, as soon as I get in the vehicle, drop the tool in, boom, it's charging. As I drive, as I go, it's all charged up and ready to go. I never have to think about it anymore, and I'm always power ready. So that's the system components. Again, the charger, the battery, those two being the basics, and then the ability to adapt it and kind of put it wherever and however that you like. The real key here is it's the first step. It's the first entry point into wireless charging for power tools, and it's something the industry has never been able to pull off before because of the complexity of it. If you look at the charger itself, actually, one of the key things we want to make sure is that we never have to worry about something getting on there that we don't want to be on there. So in fact, the charger itself is smart along with the battery, and it knows when the battery is on it and something else is on it. So it knows if it's not the battery, it's not going to start charging. It doesn't start moving in energy. So for example, if I were to take a screw,
got it,
oh, beautiful, and put it on there, the unit itself would not turn a charge on because it would know exactly that that's not the battery that's on there. So we're preventing anything from heating up, any other issues that might occur with it. But you put the battery on there, and it starts charging immediately until it's fully charged. Now, the charge times?
Charge time is 30 minutes for 80%, 50 minutes for 100%, and that's basically the same charge time we have today.
And keep in mind the fact that you're never really running the battery all the way down, so the key is you're always topping off and you're going. It's just a few minutes of charge time just to get yourself up and going again. I think the other thing we talked about is when you're on the job, if you're traditionally using kind of a battery and charger, you're on the job, you don't have a vehicle, you're not stationary on the move, you can use it the exact same way. Plug in the wall, set down a battery where you've got it. Or the nice part about it is in between, when you're done with lunch, you got a coffee break, just set the tool right down on top of the charger, you know it's ready. You know where your tool is, you know where your batteries are, you know where your chargers are, you're always power ready and ready to go.
All right, Hagen, couple questions for you.
Yep.
First of all, the charge times, is that for all batteries, like 3.0 and a 4.0, or?
Well, so actually right now we're coming out with a 2.0.
Okay.
Right, that's our slim pack. We'll be following up next year with a 4.0. So the charge times of 50 minutes for 100%, 30 minutes for 80%. That's for a 2.0 battery slim pack. Yep.
All right, cool. And then we were talking earlier off camera about the. Is this the same technology that you see in like your cordless toothbrush? Or?
It is. So if you guys know the Sonicare toothbrush, it's the same idea. So there's a little magnetic field that charges up the battery in there. And that Sonicare toothbrush, that's about a ½ watt. Or if you think about an inductive cooktop, that's about the same. It's the same technology, but it's about 1,500 watts. So it's really high power, high enough to boil water. Right?
Okay.
So this is about 80 watts.
Okay.
Right. And it's somewhere in between. And the really difficult thing here was to make sure we weren't heating up these screws and washers and little metal shavings like you do a boiling pot of water.
Right. And then can you charge the units both with the tool on it and without?
Absolutely.
So it's just battery, it doesn't matter, it's just the battery?
Absolutely.
And these batteries work with all previous
These batteries work
tools?
with our entire 18-volt lithium-ion line. In fact, the battery itself is backwards compatible to all of our current chargers. So if you're in a pinch and you need to just use a regular charger, you can do it. Unfortunately, the existing batteries are not forwards compatible. It's a new battery. It needs to have that coil in there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
And then one other question. I know you kind of touched base on this, like if there's a screw on there or something. But let's say there's a piece of, you're doing PVC. There's some PVC shavings that get on the bottom of the battery and kind of lift it off a little bit. Is it still going to charge?
Yeah, above a certain height, it's not going to work. But it's
as long as it makes contact.
Small debris isn't going to do anything to it.
That's all right. Cool. All right. So what kind of warranty do we have on this?
Okay, so it's our standard Pro Vantage warranty for the batteries. Any problems occur within 2 years, and we'll replace the battery.
Cool. Now, do you guys have any plans for the 12-volt line or anything like that to go with this technology? Or?
Well, let me tell you, we have a lot of plans for this, and there's a lot of stuff that we can't talk about yet.
Okay.
But That's a good idea.
Yeah, it is. And then when she called us and said you guys were coming, she said we could pretty much just take what we wanted off the van. Right, Eric?
We didn't get that memo.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Oh, all right. All right, you guys, that's it. The new stuff from Bosch, real cool. Check it out. Bosch USA. What's your guys' website? BoschTools.com. Check it out. Tools
Thanks,
in
guys.
action.
Remember, for more exciting tool action, go to toolsinaction.com.